going to resume recording right now, and I'm just going to kind of welcome us in and get started. So feeling good?
Feeling great.
Okay, awesome. Cool. Hello, everybody. My name is Max, and I'm super excited here today to speak with Chris Tugman from Xero. We're going to have a quick conversation about Personio's latest integration with Xero. If you've never heard of Personio before, Personio is the flexible HR platform that adapts to how you and how teams work. So you can accelerate things like recruitment, digital employee files, onboarding, and connect to over 200 apps, automate your daily HR tasks, and boost performance across your entire business. We're an all-in-one software for HR professionals that helps automate every element of the employee lifecycle. And Chris, I want to pass it over to you for a quick introduction of yourself and Xero as well.
Thanks, Max. My name is Chris. I'm one of the partner managers for Xero here in the UK. Been at Xero for 6 years. And really my role comprises of bringing in sort of the newest and best apps into our ecosystem and getting them connected up to our customers to help them maximize the success and the benefits that they can provide. In terms of background of Xero, we are a cloud accounting software tool designed for small and medium-sized businesses. We're really here to help streamline financial management and be able to provide businesses with the tools to run their business as effectively as possible. So helping with things like invoicing, bank reconciliation, payroll, everything you might need to help make your business as successful as possible.
Nice. That's awesome to hear. And building on that one, my first question has to be, on top of what Xero does, which you feel free to dive into that too, but maybe even more importantly, who is Xero best for in terms of organizations?
Yeah, great question. We serve a number of different industries. Our primary market and our audience that we speak to are small businesses, really of all ranges, but in particular, industries represented would be things like retail or service-based businesses, e-commerce merchants, hospitality, construction and trades are all overrepresented. And we primarily serve small businesses and the advisors that work with them. So accountants and bookkeepers are a really big part of the Xero universe and the Xero experience. And so we provide tools to them to help maximize their practice and serve their clients the best they can.
Nice. And I mean, from a similar perspective, Personio also is in the same business of helping small to medium-sized businesses, because we know as well as you do that it ranges in terms of industry, but it also ranges in terms of growth stage. Different companies at different stages need different things. So to be able to help them and to understand whether it's in partnership with an advisor or it's simply helping them run things for the first time or just run things better, there's such a variety of needs for that particular segment of business. Cool. I would love to know a little bit more about, we're celebrating the integration between Personio and Xero, and if you could walk us through how the integration between those two systems works and how it can help organizations who really want to make the most of and leverage both of them.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, one of the fantastic things about Xero and Personio here is that we open and operate an open ecosystem where we encourage developers to build solutions on top of what we already provide. And Personio has done a fantastic job of building a solution and integration into Xero that fits that to a T. So in terms of what actually happens with the integration, key information like employee data, fixed salaries, one-time and recurring compensations are synced to Xero, and things like absences and custom pay periods are going to be coming quite soon.
Nice. That's awesome to see that you have that important data kind of coming over from one place to the other to run a more efficient payroll. And speaking more about that, what do you think the value is in having those systems connected together, both HR and payroll? What is the value of bringing those worlds into one?
Yeah, that's a great question. And that's something that we always drive to determine on behalf of our customers. We always want to make sure that whenever an integration does happen, it provides a really slick and seamless customer experience and leverages the best of both worlds from both products. So in terms of how we see the integration with Personio and how that can benefit customers, first of all, you can pull all the data that you're holding in Personio. So having one place for all your payroll data. So essentially it's accurate, it's secure, it's up to date. It's really easy to transfer data. So with just one click, you can just move that data quickly across and securely. And I think finally, it's being able to execute a really flawless payroll cycle. So it's just being able to generate pay slips every time, just automatically, I think is a huge time saver and just brings a lot of clarity to the whole payroll process for administrators.
Yeah. I think that clarity piece is so important. Probably something you deal with talking to organizations every day from Xero's perspective of having that ability to clearly see how the payroll is running so that it's not simply running, but it's running in a way that people can see it. And also employees on the other side of it know what they're getting. They get their pay slips. They know that they're getting everything kind of coming in at the right time. That's super important from the employee experience perspective as well.
Absolutely.
Cool. And then maybe just to kind of bring us home for today, I would love to know how integrating Personio with Xero and maybe even a wealth of other tools together can really help the effectiveness of a team's HR tech stack or even their tech stack in general. When you're talking to organizations and talking about Xero's benefits as well, how can having all of those things connected really take things to new heights from your perspective?
Yeah, it's a great question. And from our view, one of the things that we encourage all Xero customers to do when they start their journey with Xero or grow with us is to look at the best-in-class apps in the ecosystem to help turbocharge their journey. And what we found is that small businesses and the advisors that work with them are way more successful in terms of business success rate, of, avoiding disaster, just by being able to plug in the best-in-class tools for your particular need, whether it's an HR system, reporting, data automation. There's a lot of different categories that you can find great tools in. But ultimately, as you mentioned earlier, I think it comes down to the clarity and the visibility into the operations and performance of your business in real time. So being able to access all this data to make great decisions about human capital, about expanding into new markets, about making a hiring decision, being able to do that seamlessly and quickly, and also knowing that there's a high integrity level of data means that you're going to have an edge up over your competition. So we love when apps get connected. We know that that drives success for them. So I think connecting Xero and Personio together is a no-brainer.
Nice. Love that. We know from our own research that HR teams and organizations in general are always looking to become more data driven. So love what you said there about not only the integrity of data, but having access to it, having access to a pool of data. And like you said, turbocharging everything by connecting those best-in-class apps, of which Xero is one, of which Personio is one. So I would ask if you're watching this right now to please do check out the integration between these two things. And thank you, Chris, for your time today. Really appreciate it. Appreciate all of your answers. But thank you so much. And please check us out, learn a bit more about the integration and how it can really help your business deliver a more seamless payroll and also maintain the integrity of your data overall. But thank you again, Chris.
Thanks, Max.